But I would put him over Aaron Rodgers just because I felt like people put Aaron Rodgers on that pedestal of he's just the best talent we've seen. And I agree. What he can do with the ball from an arm talent standpoint, without a doubt, is phenomenal. But I feel like if you're as talented as they say you are, and granted, it's a team effort, I still feel like there's been some times where he's dropped some duds. There's been some times where he hasn't lived up to that expectation. He hasn't lived up to all the hype that's around him.
Like, I need a dub.
Right.
Am I taking this guy?
And I don't like to just put it as I need this win, because we already talked about how you use the excuse of, well, the reason why Ben didn't win is because of Mendenhall. 1 minute it's a team thing, next minute it's an individual thing.
Hey,
so
man,
that's why for me,
I gotta pull it all out.
That's why for me, I never get caught up in wins and losses, because I understand the same way you're not gonna put those losses from the 9-6-1 season because you always bring up, well, Bonds was missing field goals, right? Bonds missing field goals. That's a team effort. So I'm not going to count that wins and losses, but I will say with Aaron Rodgers, still been times where I felt that he didn't perform up to the level of his full capabilities. Whereas with Ben, more times than not, even if it's going to get a little ugly, he's still going to find a way to give you that performance that's going to give you a chance. Like, he's going to hold his weight. Regardless of who wins and who loses, who's holding their weight more? To me, I feel like Ben has held his weight a lot more than Aaron Rodgers. But versus Breeze, it's not close. Breeze blows both of them out the water, in my opinion. But I think the only reason why they put Aaron Rodgers up here, obviously he has numbers, but it's the Super Bowl. He had a Super Bowl in this decade. Breeze won his in 2009.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. If Breeze was in 11, he won a Super Bowl, and Aaron Rodgers won his in 10, there's Breeze on this list. And that's the way I think they viewed it.
Yeah, they did the whole winning argument,
Yeah, but that's the thing. Gets from, like, 1 minute it's a team sport. People are quick to be, oh, it's a team sport, man. He had this player and that player and that player. But when we talk quarterbacks, oh, who won more? But now when we go down to running backs, receivers, and all these other positions, are we gonna bring up wins and losses? Because they were part of them same teams, were they not? They still had to hold their weight. Listen. But we're not gonna bring that up at all. When we talk about AB being on this list, right? One of the greatest receivers of all time. We're not going to bring up how many wins and losses he had. What's his win-loss percentage? No, it's going to be strictly raw statistics. But when it comes to quarterbacks, when we pull up raw statistics, everybody, who won more though? Who won more? Who got more wins? Like, which one is it?
You got to pull out what you got to pull out to help your argument,
but
man.
Which one is it? Well, why is it that we count wins, loss of quarterbacks, but the receivers and running backs are on that same field?
It's whatever you want it to be.
The DBs on that same field. Like, what is it?
It's whatever you want it to be. It's all of our own individual lists. So you make your arguments however you want to make them. You move and sway one way. You change it up for this position. You do whatever you got to do, man.
Clearly, you do whatever you got to do when you're losing.
The art of debate.
When you lose in the debate, just keep trying to move it. All right, that's cool.